Okay, good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Can someone just indicate to say that you can hear me? Okay. So today we will be doing the horizontal angles. As per normal, you can just put on your mic and then you can just speak. So we're working with circle left and circle right. So did Ms. Pinfold explain this to you guys, or can we just move on with answers and stuff like that?
Hi, Nicole. I think we'd appreciate a little bit more explanation if possible.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so we will basically be working with circle right first. Reason being, we're going to either be adding 180 degrees or minus 180 degrees. So like how you will determine when to minus or when to add is you look at your circle left. If you see circle left is smaller than circle right, then which means you need to minus 180 degrees. Okay, and yeah, so what we have to do, we have to minus 180 degrees. So if we take 206, 12, 21 minus 180, you will get, you just erase this, then we will get 26 degrees, 12 minutes, and 21 seconds. Okay, so and to get your observed direction, I can write it here. You will say circle left plus your new circle right's answer. We'll just do that right there. And then we divide by 2. Okay, then we divide by 2. So remember we calculated the new circle, right? By minusing the 180 degrees. So then we will say 26 degrees, 12 minutes, and 13 seconds, plus your new circle, right? 26 degrees, 12 minutes, and 21 seconds. We divide it by 2, and the answer you're supposed to get is 26 degrees, 12 minutes, and 17 seconds. You all get that? I'm assuming you all get that. Okay? We can move on here. So if you look at circle left, is smaller than circle right again. So then therefore we subtract 180 degrees. So 235 minus 180. Your answer that you're supposed to get here is 55, 19, 12. Right. So for this one, we say 55, 19, 00 plus the new one, 55, 19, 12. We divide it by 2. The answer you're supposed to get 55, 1906. Okay. For this case, again, circle left is smaller than circle right. We subtract the 2. Now then you're supposed to get okay. The answer you're supposed to get is 122 degrees, 0 minutes, and 4 seconds. Okay. For the next, so now in this case, the circle left is bigger than the circle, right? So therefore, we add 180 degrees. So if we add it, you're supposed to get 214, 13, 1. Okay, then the answer you will get 13, 214, 12, and 58. Okay, this one we have to add again 180. So we get 312, 06, 11. Answer we get is 312, 06, 06. For the last one, we're subtracting 180 degrees. So it's 206, 206 minus 180, we get 26, 26, 12, 15. Okay. The new answer we will get is 26, 12, 13. Okay, do you guys understand so far how to get the observed direction? Can I do the corrections?
Sorry.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I wanted to ask with regards to circle left and circle right.
Yes.
So I see here you either add or subtract 180.
Yes.
So I wanted to know, is that always the case? Do you always add or subtract 180, or can it be a different value other than 180?
Okay. So first of all, we're always going to start with your circle, right? That's number one, right? Number two, you're either gonna add 180 or subtract 180. That is the rule. So you're always going to do that, or you're always going to follow that.
Okay, all right.
Okay, you understand?
Yeah, I understand. Thank
Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Can I move on? Okay. I'm assuming I can move on. So, can you please explain column C? Are you talking about this column? Okay. Okay, now which column are you referring to? Hello? Okay, I'm not sure. See. Are you referring to this one here? Okay. So we're doing row 3. Okay. Okay. So we can see that circle left is smaller than circle right, right? So therefore we need to subtract 180 degrees. So if we say 103 degrees, right? 0 minutes and 9 seconds, we subtract 180 degrees. The answer that we're going to get is this. This is the answer that we're going to get. 122 degrees, 0 minutes and 9 seconds. Okay. Then to determine your observed direction, we're going to take circle right's answer, which is this one here. We're going to add it with this one here. We divide it by 2, and therefore we get this answer. Do you understand? Okay. Okay. So now we're moving on to the corrections. So in order for us to do the corrections, we established that at this one, this is your first setup. At A would be your first setup, right? So we will always take our first observed direction and place it here. We will always place it at the first one. So it will be 26, 12, 17. It will always be like that. When you get a table like this in your exams, it will always be like that. So you'll take your first one, then you will place it here, and you will place it at the bottom. Because at the end of the day, you need to come down to this answer for your last setup. It will always be like that. So I will just highlight for you. So that is the same as that and as that. Okay. So now we basically need to minus the 2. So if we minus the observed, okay, let's start. If we minus the reduced observed direction and we minus from the observed direction, we're going to end up getting 0. And then we will put it there because we're not going to use it. So if it ends up being 0 for your first setup, which means it's not increasing, it's not decreasing, so therefore we're not going to use it. So we go to your last setup, right? So we will say 26 degrees, 12 minutes and 17 seconds. We subtract it from your observed direction, 26, 12, 13. If you subtract the 2, the answer you will get is 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and 4 seconds, right? So this is the answer that you will be getting when we place it here. So it's 4 seconds. And we all know that this two inverted commas on top means seconds, right? So it would be 4 seconds. So this is your last setup, okay? Now we need to basically determine how much setups do we have in one setup. We can't take setup A because it comes down to 0. So we don't use it. So we will go from B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 setups. So we say 4 divide 5 equals 0.8. So therefore 0.8 will be your first setup. But obviously we can't say 0.8, we need to round it off. So therefore it becomes 1 second. Okay. Now we say in our calculator 4 divide 5, we times it by 1, we get 0.8. Therefore it becomes 1 second. So that is your first setup. For your second setup, you multiply it by 2. We get 1.6, but we need to round off. So therefore we get 2 seconds. For your third setup, we multiply it by 3. We get 2.4. We need to round it off. Therefore it gives us 2 seconds. For your fourth setup, we multiply it by 4. We get 3.2. Therefore we round it off. We get 3. And if we multiply it by 5, the fifth setup, we get 4. And that's why we got here 4 seconds. Does everyone understand so far? Okay. So in order to get our reduced observed direction, remember this is seconds here, we're working with seconds. So we need to add that to, okay. So we need to add your corrections with your observed direction. And why I say add and not subtract is because when we minus this one, this answer we got here, from this answer, it got us to a positive 4 seconds. So therefore, we're going to add, right? Then it will basically be 55 degrees plus 19, no, 55 degrees, 19 minutes, 6 seconds plus 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and 1 second, which give us 55 degrees, 19 minutes, and 7 seconds. For your second setup, we're adding 2. So the 2 plus 4 gives us 6. So it's 122,006. For your third setup, we're adding 2 to the 58. So therefore it becomes 214 and it becomes 13.00. Okay? For your third setup or your fourth setup, it becomes 31206 plus 09. And there's your answer. Does everyone understand? Do I need to explain again? Understood. Okay, wow, I'm impressed. Okay, so for the tutorial that you guys have to do or complete for Mrs. Punful by the end of today would be this one. Let me just highlight it for you. It would be this table, but you guys have the answer, and this table, the second table. So I will, of course, upload the video on YouTube again by this afternoon so you guys can rewatch it again. But what I can also do is I'm going to trust you guys to do it. At the end of the day, it's going to be to your best benefit. Please do the table 2 on your own. So say by tonight, say at 6 o'clock, I will send the answer for table 2. Compare your answers. If you did get answers wrong and you need my help, then we can communicate with each other, then I can help you. But if I can please urge you guys to do it on your own, and then just check my answers with your answers, and then you can just send off your tutorial. The other tables, it's fine if it's blank. Mrs. Punful said it's fine, but for now, the tutorial requires table 1 and table 2. Yes. Only table 1 and table 2. Ms. Punful said the other tables can be empty, it is fine. It's not a problem with that. But she wants you to do table 1 and table 2. You're welcome. So if there's no questions, then we can end the session. But if you do have a question, you may ask. You can ask, yes. You can speak, whoever raised their hand. Again, C, explain C again. Okay. C. I will do it with you guys on my calculator. Remember, we said 302.0009. We're subtracting 180 degrees because it needs to be the same or the same number or the same level of circle length. We subtracted 2. We got the answer of 122 degrees, 0 minutes, and 9 seconds. Okay. So now we say 121, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, plus 122, 0 minutes, and 9 seconds. We divide that by 2. Your answer should be 122 degrees, 0 minutes, and 4 seconds. Does that clear up what you don't understand?
Yes. Thank you.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Is there any other questions?
Excuse me.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question, but it's not on the tutorial. I'm just wondering, what should you say that we have to look at CL on CL first and see if we have to add or subtract 180, right?
Yes, yes.
What happens if both CL and CR are less than 180?
No, no. Look, if you look at it like this, right? We're always going to start off with CR. So we're always going to take CR as value. So then we either going to subtract 180 or minus 180, right? But to determine when you're going to minus or when you're going to subtract, you have to look at CL. So if you see that CL is less than CR, then you have to subtract 180. But if you see that CL is more than CR, you're going to add 180. Does that make sense?
I get it now. Thank you.
Okay. So let me write it down. Let me do it like this maybe. Yeah, let me do it like this. So we say if CL, right, is less than CR, okay, we're going to minus 180 degrees. But if CL is more than CR, we're going to add 180 degrees. So just write this down as a side note, and then you just try to memorize it. Is that fine? If there's no more questions, then we can end the session. FTP3 sync loss, and how do you do that for future use? FTP3. Oops. Okay, wait. FTP3. How do you do that? You basically going to follow the same method. So you see that CL is more. Just have a look here. CL is more. CL is more than triangle. Oh, okay. So basically, this is what you're going to do. Let me just make it a bit bigger quickly. Okay. So basically we see that CL is less than CR. I mean, yeah. So then you're going to say 359 degrees, 59 minutes, and 57 seconds. We minus 180 degrees. The answer that you're supposed to get is 179, 59, and 57. Right? Okay. So then now we have to calculate. Okay. So now we have to say 180 degrees, 0 minutes, and 1 second plus 179 degrees, 59 minutes, and 57 seconds. We divide it by 2. Your answer that you're supposed to get is 179, 59, 59. So that would be your answer. Do you understand? Okay, you're welcome. Okay, no further questions. Then we can end the class. Is everyone fine with that? I will be uploading the video by this afternoon. Please just give me a chance by this afternoon, then I will upload the video on YouTube. So we're all good? Okay.